Ram Ram ji, welcome to Legal Lens. In this video, we will discuss a landmark judgment wherein we will first talk about facts of a case, issue involved in the case, arguments from both the sides, and lastly, decision with reason. This video will be useful for the students preparing for Judiciary as well as Clat, and also for advocates preparing for AOR examination. So please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. The case title is Sushila Aggarwal and others versus State and City of Delhi. Before starting the case, first we should know what is the difference between anticipatory bail as well as the regular bail. Anticipatory bail मतलब होता है जब किसी accused को apprehension होता है that he will be arrested and only in the case of non-bailable offence. And in the case of regular bail, there is no apprehension and the accused is arrested. Thereafter, the accused is filing regular bail. It means when the accused is in police custody or judicial custody, he or she is filing regular bail, and when the accused is outside the police custody or in judicial custody, means he is not within the custody, and then he is empowered to file an anticipatory bail under section 438 of CRPC. Now this judgment addresses the scope and interpretation of section 438 of CRPC, which deals with the provisions of anticipatory bail. The case arose due to conflicting views among different benches of the Supreme Courts as well as High Courts regarding the duration condition that can be imposed while granting anticipatory bail. In this case, the petitioner Sushila Aggarwal had filed an anticipatory bail fearing arrest in criminal cases and raised the issue that no fixed time limit should be placed on the protection given under anticipatory bail. Now, what are the legal issues involved in this case? The legal issues were whether the protection granted to a person under section 438 CRPC should be limited to a fixed period so that the person surrenders before the trial court and applies for regular bail. Second is whether anticipatory bail can continue till the end of the trial. And thirdly is what is the true scope and ambit of section 438 CRPC. Now the arguments from the side of petitioners are, namely Sushila Aggarwal and others, are nature of the anticipatory bail. The first submission by the petitioner is that there is no limitation mentioned in section 438 CRPC, as well as it is a constitutional right and a safeguard against potential misuse of arrest power by the police is contended by the petitioner in this case. Now they said, what is the purpose of anticipatory bail? They said the purpose is to prevent harassment and unjustified arrest before a person is formally charged. The third submission is that they cited judicial precedent. They said that earlier in Gurbaz Singh Sivia versus State of Punjab 1980, where Honorable Supreme Court had held that anticipatory bail should not be limited by time, and therefore in this submission they have contended about judicial precedent. They supported their submission on the basis of judicial precedent. Fourthly, they said that imposing a fixed time period for anticipatory bail will defeat the very object and may expose the applicant to undue risk of arrest. And basically the very purpose of anticipatory bail, very objective anticipatory bail, is to prevent the accused from harassment by the arrest of police official. Now the arguments from the respondent side, that is the state and city of Delhi, they argued that anticipatory bail should only be temporary to allow the accused to approach the trial court for regular bail. So now they are saying that it should be for the temporary period and the accused must approach the trial courts for regular bail. Thereafter they said that long-standing anticipatory bail may interfere with the investigation, as the police official after granting of anticipatory bail cannot arrest or interrogate the accused, because after arrest only you can ask honorable court for police custody, but since if you are getting anticipatory bail, you will not be the police custody will not be granted. But one more thing is that like if anybody is given anticipatory bail and thereafter he can move to honorable court, because if the accused will not cooperate in the investigation, then in that case the court may order for cooperation. Otherwise the police may be arrested on this ground also, but you need to get an order direction from the honorable court before that. Now the third submission, they are saying about the practical issues. They say that if anticipatory bail continues till trial, then in that case the accused may be unavailable or uncooperative. He might not be cooperative during investigation, and especially during trials. Like he may sometime appear, and the other hand he or she may not appear. So this is a practical issue also. Fourthly, they are saying that section 438 nowhere provides for unlimited protection, and the court should, and what they're saying, that the court should interpret the provision in a restrictive manner in the light of public interest and law and order. They are saying, means the respondent is saying that it should be interpreted in a restrictive manner because there is no time provided for unlimited period. Now what the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court is, the Constitution Bench held the judgment in the favor of petitioner, making key declaration. The first one is that no fixed time limit. The Honorable Supreme Court said that for anticipatory bail there should not be a fixed period. They said that the protection continued throughout the trial unless the conditions which were directed by the Honorable Court during granting anticipatory bail is violated, and thereafter it is the said bail is cancelled. Secondly, the courts said that it is a discretion of the court granting anticipatory bail to impose condition basing on the nature of the case and the accusation on the party, but the said condition should not be arbitrarily decided. Like the Honorable Court cannot fix a expiry date, arbitrary expiry date, that it is for 4 months, 5 months. You cannot do that. The third is safeguard against misuse. The court said that anticipatory bail is an important protection against arbitrary arrest, against false implication of cases against an accused, especially in a political and personally motivated cases where the complainant or the victim is trying to take an advantage of their position, and they are trying to politically or personally file a case against an accused, file a case against a person is only with an intention to falsely implicate him or her. So the court said that it is a safeguard against misuse. Fourthly, the Honorable Court said that while reiterating the need to cooperate with investigation, the court said personal liberty under Article 21 must be preserved unless compelling reason justify arrest. So what will be the compelling? Like if you are not cooperating during investigation, or if the conditions mentioned under anticipatory during the grant of anticipatory bail, if you are violating that principle, so like if you are not cooperating or you are somewhere trying to influence the witness, in such conditions the court is supporting the accused by protecting or their personal liberty under Article 21. But on the other hand, because the court has duty to protect the interest of the victim also, the complainant also. So in that condition, if the aggrieved party is able to prove that the accused is violating the conditions, or the accused is somewhere taking undue advantage of his like he's outside if he's taking undue advantage and influencing the witness, so in such cases the court may arrest the person. The police officer may arrest the person on direction of the Honorable Court. So what are the reason on which the Honorable Court has based this judgment was the landmark judgment of Gurbakh Singh Sibia, which held that anticipatory bail is not time bound. Beside that, the bench stressed that Article 21 is sacrosanct, and any limitation on anticipatory bail should be justified by the facts, not arbitrary timelines. The court also acknowledged the growing misuse of arrest powers, especially in civil disputes, and emphasized that custodial interrogation is not always necessary, the court said. Lastly, the court promotes judicial consistency avoiding confusion from different interpretation across high courts. Now, what is the impact of the judgment? Now, this judgment has much impact. Like it is in the court. This judgment has solved the conflicts of several benches of Honorable Supreme Court as well as different high courts. So this judgment settled a long-standing conflicts in legal interpretation and now considered a landmark in defining the scope of anticipatory bail. It reinforced the importance of individual liberty and rebalanced police powers with judicial discretion. Post this case, anticipatory bail order are not to be automatically time bound unless circumstances requires. Like practically, if you will see that if you are filing an anticipatory bail, the court on the first date after noticing, the court says that till this date you will not be arrested, or the honorable court directs not to arrest till this date, that date. So for time limit they are doing according to the circumstances, but it is not like if the honorable court is granting, then honorable on final decision of this application, bail application, anticipatory bail application, the court is saying that you get anticipatory to 6 months, 5 months. ऐसा नहीं होता. Now what the court says, that like while deciding, that time the court gives, and also on the basis of circumstances, facts and circumstances of each case. So thank you. Lastly, I would like to request you to please do like my channel and subscribe my channel so that I can make more and more videos, and once I am supported, I'll be motivated more to make more and more videos. So thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.